there.
We survived the hurricane.
Yes,
So
thankfully, and we dodged it.
We dodged it.
Yes, our area
Dodged
was
a big
very good. We did miss most of any effects of it. Went from Macna straight into a hurricane, and here we are ready to go live on Wednesday. We're here for you guys.
Yes. Now, Macna was interesting, right? I mean, we set up, started out really strong, and then, the hurricane kind of was...
Sent people running, but it was
So
good.
that's a good way to put it, Jess. They sent them running a little bit.
Yeah.
Vendors went running.
Vendors went
attendees
running.
went running.
Everyone
But
went
that was
running.
expected, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
expected. We still had a good time, though. We met a lot of super fans, a lot of people. I saw some alien shirts.
There was
walking
an alien
around.
shirt, there was Eel Island shirts, regular Waterbox shirts. We had a lot of people come up that had Waterboxes, loved the shows, or gonna have a Waterbox, all of that. So it was a
Yeah.
really good turnout for that kind
We
of
have
stuff.
some funny fans, too. I mean,
We do. We do.
With a good
We
friend
had some
Lucas,
big-
we had a good time.
Lucas.
Is Lucas in here watching?
Yeah, I don't know if you're watching
Lucas better
Lucas.
be in here.
Give us a shout out.
Man, Lucas is a blast. Man.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time with Lucas. He hung out with us a lot. He's a great guy, and we told him, we promised we'd give him a huge shout out on our
course.
next show. So you
course.
better
I
be
hope
in
we
We
here.
love our end of the deal, right?
Yeah, I hope he's watching.
Better be in here.
I hope he's watching. But the topic today, everybody's like, listen, what do you do if you're going to have a power outage? Not just a hurricane, but, let's say a big snowstorm or something happens and you're losing power. And all of a sudden, your investment is now at risk.
It is, and it's something that, not just Florida, because we are known for hurricanes, but anywhere in the U.S. or in the world, things happen with power outage. Like it's a snowstorm, someone hits a electric pole in your neighborhood.
Totally.
I've had my power go out for that. And your tank generally does not have that long before it starts to be an issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's going to decline pretty fast.
It can really decline really fast.
Yeah.
And it's not just, electricity. There's just a lot of things that go into it. Like you've got concern about temperature.
Yeah.
You need oxygen in your tank. Your tank can start to get dirty if you don't have filtration running.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of people are not prepared for it, and you really need to be. Even if you never have to use those measures, be prepared because you have a lot of money in your aquarium, and it can go downhill
Make
very,
that
very
investment
quickly.
early.
Yes, be prepared. You never know.
Yeah, one of the best things I recommend is the EcoTech battery backup. I mean, this machine is really a lifesaver. There it is right there. So pretty much this power supply hooks up and it's constantly charging while it's not in use.
Right.
It's has a trickle charge on it. But as the power kicks off, this thing can power your Vortex pumps for circulation. It can even power your Vector pump on your main pump.
Yes.
Which is a tremendous thing. So your tank can continue to run with this EcoTech battery backup.
It is, and it's a lifesaver. It really just keeping, and that goes down to kind of like oxygen is kind of what we're focusing on with that, is because the power heads or your pump are going to be circulating the water, and very quickly CO2 not exchanging with oxygen will actually start to suffocate the fish and the corals. So you've got to have some kind of water movement in exchange for that.
Right.
So that's one great option. It hooks right into your pumps existing if you have the Vortex, anything from EcoTech, and you can also, a great choice is a generator. A generator.
A little expensive.
A little expensive, but I mean, it can be used for more than just your aquarium.
That's what Rich has got. Rich has got the big old generator outside here just in case we lost power.
Yeah, so we were prepared here. We had the heavy duty generator. They are expensive, but I guarantee you your aquarium and the inhabitants in it are more expensive.
This true.
That is
That's
true.
It
And
is
this is
like
gonna-
an insurance policy.
This is going to run as long as you have gasoline. Whereas
True.
something like a battery backup is only going to run for a limited amount of time.
Right.
As far as number of hours and stuff. So this is going to also be able to maybe even cool the area that your aquarium's in, and just it stays running as long as you have electricity. So
Store it outside.
yeah.
Store it outside. Do not put the generator in your
not
living room.
Oh
the
my God,
guy
I don't know
that-
how many news reports you get of people who
Yeah,
have
oh my
had their
God.
generator
Do
inside, so we
not
won't
be
go
that
there.
person.
Yeah.
Generators belong outside.
Yeah, so that's another one
Wow.
of keeping, your tank and oxygenated and moving. And then more basic solutions is there's air pumps that are battery operated.
Yeah, they're pretty common and they're fairly inexpensive.
They're real cheap.
pretty
You're
much-
talking 10 to 15 bucks. They run on a battery. They're not going to last you all that long.
Yeah,
These are
it's
very
just-
temporary.
Right, but it's just going to throw oxygen into the water pretty
Right.
much, right?
It's going to have a
just-
little air stone that hooks up to it. You kind of turn it on. It's going to run on battery power, so it's going to drain them pretty quickly. There's some that actually kick on when they feel the power goes out.
You know, one reason it's really important to invest in like an air pump like this or a battery backup or a generator early, do it before a hurricane shows up, because I was talking to vendors this weekend that sell these, and they said they never have enough.
No.
So what happens is you're going to go last minute and you're not going to be able to find what you need, so you need to have it ahead of time.
That's true.
Yeah, everyone goes running for these, and whatever your store has or online has is going to be gone in a flash for everyone who's trying to get one in time for a storm. So just stockpile a few of them. And just keep them on hand for in case you ever do need them.
Yeah, well, definitely here in Florida, it's hot, right? It's hot all the time.
Yes.
Now, when the electricity cuts off, it gets even hotter. I mean, it is like muggy temperatures, fast. So what do you do, Jess, when all of a sudden you got no power, the temperature in the tank's starting to go up?
It can
Fish are
be tough.
starting to breathe.
Yeah, so a lot of times I'll tell people that temperature actually can kill your tank faster than the oxygen will, in Florida especially, is ice. So honestly, as simple as it seems, is floating Ziploc bags of ice in your sump, your aquarium. So even if you're like powered on it, or like something happens to your AC and your AC's out, you know, not even gonna do that. You need to do something for your aquarium because it will get hot quick. So floating bags of ice is pretty
So you're saying like take a
cool down.
Ziploc bag, put some ice cubes in it, float it
wherever you can, just to bring it down temperature.
You're not dumping ice into the tank.
No, don't dump the ice into it because A, it's fresh water, and that's going to mess with your salinity, but also that's just like basic tap water that they froze. So you're going to get chemicals and all the nasty stuff in there. So Ziploc it so it stays separate, and it's just going to melt and cool your aquarium. Temporary and not a real great solution long term, but it does help
I've had
a few
to do
degrees.
that before.
Yeah.
You know, when
I
it
have
starts getting
definitely
hot,
had to do that.
Oxygen levels drop much quicker in a hot aquarium.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like a
And on the
compounded
other
effect.
side,
Yeah, the flip side of this whole thing,
which
right?
we don't understand here in Florida, but
But
a
if
lot of the
you're
US
up in
does.
like Rhode Island country, where we're going this weekend, a little plug there, but it gets cold, right? So if they have a big snowstorm come in, all of a sudden the heat goes out. Well, your tank has to also maintain a temperature at some point.
Yeah.
Heat packs.
Yeah.
So
Fish don't freeze well.
Yeah. So get your heat packs. You can actually, these things last, like that one right there lasts 72 hours. And it kind of reacts with the oxygen in the air. And you would literally tape these to the outside of the aquarium, right? So you tape them to the outside and then wrap the whole tank almost like in a blanket.
Yeah, you definitely can wrap the tank in a blanket just to conserve the heat that's already in there. If your heat goes out, power goes out, and you live in a cold area, can wrap it, and then these will have a little extra heat to it. So, this is another point of why a generator kind of rules all, is because you can actually run a space heater near it, your aquarium, or a AC near your aquarium off that generator, keep your temperature and your oxygen
pretty much like the whole power strip of the aquarium right into the generator.
Exactly. Everything runs as normal. You can cool that one room. So, I mean, generator's always going to be your best bet if you can. But
the Water Den says you guys are going to be at OSA this weekend.
Yes, we are. OSA, baby, birthday bash.
Birthday party!
7th birthday this weekend. We're going to go live. We have tremendous stuff planned for this.
Lots of good stuff going on Saturday.
Aquascaping competition.
Something's happened to the loser. I've heard rumors of different things, but something's happening to the loser of that one.
Nutty. They're so jammed with Waterbox up in there, and they're going to be running crazy promos and different stuff. And Ciche is going to be there.
Ecotech AI is going to be there.
Fritz is going to be there.
Fritz is going to be there. There's a lot of people showing up, so it's going to be a really good time.
Really, really good. So that's this weekend, guys, so stay tuned for that. But we got a lot of people in here, right, Rich?
Get some shout-outs, questions?
Yeah, we got people from Michigan. We got New York. We have Florida, Kentucky. They're all over the country. Michael says, have a whole freezer full of frozen water bottles. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, water bottles, that's a great idea because it's just one big old log of ice that's going to be, you can just throw it in and let it kind of be in the aquarium.
Yeah. Sean wants me to say Fritz and Aquashella.
Hey.
Do a little shout out.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Plug.
But yeah, also James says, I heard something about a potential head shave for Dean this weekend.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, listen, not for me. It's for the loser of the aquascaping competition. So
I'm saying
I'm going to
saying
win.
that's not you.
I'm saying I'm not going to lose.
All right.
Listen, I'm going
My
to win.
wife is asking what's in the cups today.
What is in the cups?
Nothing.
Water.
I've got some watered down aminos that I've been.
There should be something in the cup.
I know, it's not your happy hour.
Wow, we also got Ruben here. Noel says it was nice to finally meet us at MACNA.
Yeah, we met a lot of great people. It was really good.
Rob from San Antonio, Texas is watching. So, man, This is a good time, man. This is a good time. But hopefully everybody's staying safe from the storm.
Yeah, because it is continuing its path up the coast to the Carolinas and stuff like that. But also one other thing to consider when you're dealing with power outage stuff, not just temperature and oxygen, but also like your water quality. So, you know, when your system is down or only running on partial filtration, is your water quality will get worse a lot faster. So you want to basically cut out all your feeding.
Yeah, stop feeding the tank.
I mean, if you have to feed and it's longer periods of time and everything else, okay, do really light feeding, but otherwise just don't feed your fish, corals, anything like that, because they really can go a while without eating. And then also have water handy to do emergency water changes. So you never know, have it kind of ready to go, or getting from your local retailer if they're able to provide you water, and do water changes to keep everything kind of fresh and managed. Yeah,
so I guess the other question I was under the impression is that if your tank's been stagnant for a while, right, you've got water that's been sitting, you know, like, you know, in the overflow box or in a reactor, do you really want to turn that back on and flush that contaminated water back into the tank, or do you want to try and take some of that out?
I would
before,
say,
you know, if it's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how long we're talking, but if we're going for a while and you've just kept basically your main display kind of running with a little bit of oxygen or power, and the sump and all that stuff has been stagnant, I would say if you can do a water change and clear out a lot of that old water, especially in reactors. Anything that's contained and has no escape for the gases and stuff, you turn that reactor on, or anything that's just holding water in a container, it's gonna be nasty.
Nitrate
and your fish tank is not gonna appreciate it, and it's not gonna do well.
It's gonna be bad.
So try and clean those out beforehand.
Oh my goodness. Sean says, get them, Dean. Somebody's about to lose all their hair. Oh my goodness.
I think people prefer that than the dunk tank. I think you might have to go
there's
with
a dunk tank option. I mean, there's
shaving heads,
neck
tattoos. There's Waterbox logos in the head. I mean, there's a lot of stuff floating around. We're not sure what it is going to be.
You have to tune in. If you're not able to come to OSA, tune into the lives on Saturday, and you'll get to see whatever does happen to the loser.
We're going to give tours of the place, and we're going to show you some really interesting stuff that he's got in stock. It's going to be incredible on the fish side and corals, and it's going to be awesome.
Anyone have any questions about it?
Yeah, any questions? I mean, about...
I think I covered a lot of the basics, or if there's any way that people do it differently.
You guys gave a lot of really good information. I mean, that's really valuable. Screams Reef wants a Waterbox hoodie.
Waterbox hoodie? Me too.
I'll take one.
Order everyone one. Let's go.
Yeah, the reason I bring that up is because Emily's going to be working on putting a lot more different swag up. So we're going to have hoodies, we're going to have long sleeve shirts, we're going to have more hats, all sorts of good stuff.
Some baseball tees, I heard, you know, some cool stuff that people have been asking for. Yeah, we're going to kind of build that out a little bit.
Yeah, who wants some Waterbox swag?
Listen, I'll take a hoodie. Keenan wants a hoodie. And he's saying, wrap it up. It's all good, man. Listen.
He's like, I don't want a hoodie.
I don't want a hoodie.
Wrap it up.
I'm trying to wrap it up. He's like, look what time it is.
He's like, we're go home.
You guys are rambling.
Oh my God.
We appreciate you guys joining us. It was a quick one.
Yeah, it was kind of impromptu. We just got back in the office today from being out with the hurricane. So.
But also the shipping too is right. It's delayed this week because of the ports. And,
so everyone who has something on order, any of the stuff that's incoming. Of course, this hurricane has knocked everything back this whole week. So just bear with us while we get everything back on track. We'll be full shipping operational starting early next week.
Yeah, early next week.
So it's just give us our warehouses, Jacksonville, the port, you know, all that stuff. So bear with us during these delays because of Mother Nature.
Yes, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Hopefully you learned a little bit about preparedness, right, for power outages. But stay tuned, guys. We will see you this weekend.
See ya.
All right.